Hello, this is Sydney Scallinger with the River Cruising Masterclass, and we are on, as I say, Nile. And I am here with the amazing Egyptologist, Sherif. So if you want to introduce yourself.
Hello everybody, Sherif is my name, and my name is Sherif Kazafi. I am the Egyptologist on board the SS Sphinx on this river cruise. I've been taking this amazing and lovely group along the Nile. And
He's paid to say that.
Clearly, yes. Okay.
So the reason why I invited Sherif here is because we did a fun one with like our experience, but I wanted you to kind of understand the importance of the Egyptologist on board and how important it is to the overall experience when you come to Egypt. So
Absolutely agree.
yeah, right? But I first want to know about you. So tell me about what got you into Egyptology.
Okay, that's quite an interesting story, if you'd like to hear. At the age of 9, I was on a school trip, which was going to one of these archaeological sites.
Which one?
Osiris Magna, that's the name of it, which is in the middle of Egypt. Well, I was 9 years old anyway, and we've gone on that trip. Then it was like a picnic in front of that archaeological site, and there was a tomb, beautifully painted tomb. Okay, off we went inside, and we were given a talk about the tomb, and we were shown everything around it. But I was almost the only kid there who got like attached to the place. That's how I felt. Once I entered the place, I felt like I belonged to this place somehow.
Yeah.
And I started like gazing at the hieroglyphics and like going deep in them. And for a reason, I felt that I was able to read them, which was not true anyway. A 9-year-old kid, no way to read the hieroglyphics.
You could fake it.
Anyway, I was just trying to, like, I was imagining, pretending that I was reading it, but I felt like I'm attached to it strongly. So I went around, and even after the tour, I kept wandering around the tomb and looking at the scenes again and the beautiful colors and so on. I was like trying to find out what's going on. Anyway, after the guided tour, the teachers gave us a guided tour anyway, and we went out to play the football and have all the activities, had lunch and everything. And at the end of the day, that's the fun thing about it. At the end of the day, we were asked to load the bus to go back. And again, I was the only kid there who didn't want to leave. Honestly, I didn't want to leave.
I'm trying to imagine a little Sherif throwing a temper tantrum.
Yeah. It was almost a tantrum. It was almost I can tell you. I was really nearly crying not to leave the place. I just felt like, you leave me here, guys. I can spend the night here, no problems. That's like home for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a very strong and very emotional moment. I was dragged out of the place, got on the bus, left, and I spent the night. Well, you can say I had dreams about it. I had dreams about it. And I was seeing everything, all the details. It was like engraved in my mind. So
Wow.
It is a wow. It was a wow night. Almost a sleepless night. I will never forget it. I will never forget it, I can tell you. Then the following morning, that's when I started to talk to my parents about it. Well, I described it to them, and my mother actually said, well, read about history.
Yeah.
It seems that you're interested in history. And she was right. Yeah, I found that I'm very interested in history. So history started to be my subject ever since. I was doing well in history, and I carried on. And after the high school, I decided to do what? Egyptology. That's how I ended up being an Egyptologist. Simply.
I was going to say, you've been an Egyptologist for over 35 years, and if we start from 9...
Well, I would say, yeah, more than this. More than this. Actually, they are like 28 years.
And that's after college.
After college, yes. 28 years of being, officially an Egyptologist, taking groups around.
So now we're talking 40 plus years of just love of Egypt.
Yeah.
Now, have you been back to that original temple, and do you still get the feels?
Oh, that's a good question, because yes, there is one of the itineraries I do when we go to that place.
Okay.
Which it's a rarely visit anyway, like off beaten track anyway.
Right.
But it happened that I've been there like a number of times, and that feeling is coming back to me.
Oh.
Every time I walked in that place, the feeling just comes back to me.
I love that.
I love it. It's like, it's part of me. I don't know why, for a reason which I never found out about it, but that place is my place. So yes, every time I go there, even with a group, I'm telling them all the story about the place and my school trip, and I just spend endless time talking about that too. Sometimes the people like hate me for that.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, enough, Sherif, that's it. But yes, it has been always this place.
All right, I love that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, okay, we have, every week you get a brand new bunch of people who know nothing
Correct.
about Egypt, right? Like, there's probably a small amount. I did do a little bit of documentaries before I came.
Okay.
But the amount of like wow moments we have, do you enjoy kind of seeing us fall in love with Egypt with you as you explain it?
That makes me even feel better.
Okay.
Okay, because being honest with you, not everybody is coming to Egypt. Oh, well, let's say I'm not expecting everybody coming
Okay.
to Egypt to know everything about Egypt.
Right.
Yeah, as you said now, well, people would watch a few documentaries about, read like few books about it. It has been always a dream for most of them to come to Egypt, no
Right.
problems. But again, arriving into Egypt with those expectations, and taking them around, well, every day, when they get to learn something new,
Yeah.
and I reveal like a secret about ancient Egypt,
So many
I
secrets.
get the wow, yeah, all right, and that me.
That is our moment. We on our boat. We're like, wow.
Yeah. And that makes me feel better.
That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes my day anyway. So I go further and further and further.
Yeah.
I like that. I enjoy that actually. That's
Okay.
one of the points I like about my job is that see the people looking at ancient Egypt again.
Yeah.
Understanding more about ancient Egypt.
I just hope I learned 10% of everything you've told us.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. A little bit, like 12%.
Maybe 15 if we're lucky.
15, that's good.
Because but you're so good at like explaining it so that we understand it.
Oh, thank you.
Keith and I were talking about how you explained like the disagreement with Sudan. You're like, it's like your brother who's doing something you don't want to. You just kind of let him do his thing, and then when he moves on, we'll accept him back in.
That's the
And
thing.
so, kind of being able to connect all of these history, these like fun little moments that we can take from every place.
Every place you visit.
And you know everything. Like we asked, like, why are there only 17 or 1,177 sphinxes? You're like, oh, there's a curve here. That's why.
You know what, Sydney? I've spent more than half of my life doing it,
know.
and it's the love and passion about it. I do love it. I do love it.
We see it. I just want
I
to let
do
you
love
know.
it, Well, thank you for noticing that. Thank you for noticing that. Most people think I'm not in love with, but I do love this place. I do love the subject. I do love the places we go
Yeah.
to. So that's what makes the difference, let's say.
Right.
That what makes a huge difference. If you love something you do, so you do it properly and the right way
Yeah.
and the best way. And you need to get that skill of providing the information, handling the information. Again, I'm not expecting every group to be like students of Egyptology, no way. And I'm not expecting them to learn everything I'm saying and memorize everything I'm saying. It's quite difficult because
Right.
that's quite vast subject. Egyptology is quite a huge subject.
It is. I didn't
It's like an
realize how
ocean.
much.
It is like an ocean of
Yeah.
information and knowledge. So, I'm just scratching the surface, if you like.
Okay, if you're scratching the surface, what haven't you told us that you want to tell us that is like, some of the spots where you're like, oh, this is just too much for them to know, but
You just hit the point because, yes, sometimes I feel like, no, that's like a little bit too much for regular visitors, let's say. Because at the end of the day, you're coming to spend a good time. Yeah, it is important to learn about the places you see and you visit. But again, I'm not expecting you to study it in depth. Okay.
Well, I loved today with the goddess of construction.
Yes,
That was our
she
first
had.
time seeing her.
It
Which
was.
I was saying that was the reason why they're still here is because a woman was in charge.
Here we go. I made it for you to feel that way.
Thank you, I
I
tried.
mentioned it this way.
But and it's just so interesting to see how well preserved they are and how, because of the way that the pharaohs and that sort of time period did things.
Exactly, that's an amazing fact about ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
Thinking of the age of these places we're visiting. And I think I stressed on that a number of times on our tours, right?
Yes.
So, because it's a very important factor. Wandering around the sites, they are amazing, they are quite big and they are giant and so on. But when did they were built?
Right.
That's something. It adds to the experience, right?
Yeah.
So yes, the age of them and the perfection of making them. So that makes me think, and I believe I'm right, that there was an amount of love and passion as well when they were building them in the first place. Right?
You had to have had that passion.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So nothing is like, no, we are building a temple. No, there is a philosophy in there. Why they built it, and they wanted it to be like stay forever. And I think, and I said that is going to make it to forever.
Yeah.
Okay, look at the pyramids of Egypt, the very famous Giza pyramids. They have been there for 4,500 years, believe it or not.
I can't, but I love it.
It is too difficult to comprehend sometimes.
I will say, I think we should do like a dance like this when we're...
When we're there?
Yeah.
Well, no problems, we can do it. You know, we've done a number of them anyway.
We've done a number of dances. I'll post them.
We've done a number of them. So yes, the age adds to the enjoyment and the excitement of going to those places. Again, as I said, the perfection of them and the amount of love was put on building them. It's just amazing.
Well, I think something that maybe you will explain so much better than I can, the different types of pharaohs. I did not realize like the political of the original pharaohs versus the
Ptolemaics.
I can never think of that word, and all of that.
The Ptolemaics. Yeah, that also shows the difference in the way they were thinking.
Right.
Yeah. Now the pharaohs or the ancient Egyptian kings, let's put it this way, and that's the right thing to call them. The ancient Egyptian kings and the ancient Egyptian rulers, they somehow knew what they were doing. Yeah, that's the religion. The mythology was theirs. The temples were theirs. The country was theirs. But now, having the Greek and the Ptolemaics, as well as the Roman emperors, coming after that, their main idea and their main target was to control the country, okay, politically, let's say. And somehow, whatever facilitates that to them, they would take it.
Right.
Okay? And the option was to follow the Egyptian religion, so that the people of Egypt would love them and would follow them. So, no problems, let's do it. So yes, they kept on following the Egyptian religion. And I have a very famous saying when it comes to this point, which is, instead of invading Egypt, Egypt has invaded them.
A little bit.
It is.
Because we talked about, and when some of the like at the Komombo, the Egyptian people still knew that they really weren't following the religion, because they would make fun of them in the hieroglyphics.
Exactly. Right? And that's... But,
see, I remembered.
Thank you for remembering that. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you remembering like 15% of what I said.
Told you.
So yes, but at the end of the day, what was happening is, theoretically, let's say, they were following the Egyptian religion, and they depicted themselves in the ancient Egyptian customs.
Yeah.
They had to. So that's why I said they've been invaded by the Egyptians.
Right.
Because they had to show themselves this way. They had to prove that they were like sons of the Egyptian gods and goddesses.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, realistically, the people knew that they are not like ancient Egyptian kings. Okay. But don't forget the role of the priests of the temple. So now the Egyptians, the locals, they had an amount of trust, and the priest or the high priest. Well, the king, the Ptolemaic king, was not that important for the people anyway, because they knew that the high priest is in charge, and for them that was enough.
Yeah.
I mean, that will keep the thing going, and everything is going perfect. So no problems. If it's like a pharaoh, and new pharaoh is coming up, is trying to show up the things, no problems. But we are following our religion, and the high priest is in charge. So that was quite calming for them, let's say.
Okay. That was one of those things that really stuck out to me, is that before coming here, I didn't know about the different types and how that absorbed into just what you think of as ancient Egypt, because it's so old, it all blends into the same like BC.
Yeah. For you, that's old BC, like, you know.
We're celebrating 250 years in the United States, and we're proud of that. Okay.
Okay.
Not 4,500 years. I can't even think of it.
Well, here is another surprise. It's even older than this.
I know.
Yeah, 5,500 BC. That's when Egyptians started to settle along the Nile. 5,500.
So that's 7,500 years ago.
It is. And it's very well known about Egypt as a civilization. Like, it's a civilization of 7,000 years of history.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is insane. I agree with you. And that's why I love it. And that's why I love the people to know about it. Because it's 7,000 years of history. It's quite something.
And you probably barely scratched the surface on this 12-day trip.
Oh, wait, that's another challenge, you know?
You have to give as much as you can.
That's the thing, you know. I wanted you to know all about it, and at the amount which not getting bored of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a balance you need to keep when you're taking a group around this country.
Yeah.
You need to cover that within 12 days too.
Yeah.
And you need to keep very exciting like. And you don't want to lose the attention of your audience. As you
We
go
all
along.
have the attention of goldfish these days.
Okay.
You've heard that, right?
Yeah,
It's like 5 seconds to grab someone's attention and then we're done for.
That's it.
I say, I think we've done better than the 5 seconds
I
on this
think
trip.
we've done. I think we've done. So thank you for that, for paying attention to whatever I'm saying, and for showing the interest in whatever I'm saying.
It's been so interesting.
Thank you.
I was going to say, what is your favorite, like, part of this, like, this kind of cruise? Like, we do all these stops. What's your favorite that you love to show off?
Well, this is quite a question. You
Sorry.
know, it's like you are asking a father.
His favorite
Which one
child?
of your kids is your favorite?
My mom knows who the favorite is
Okay,
in her
I
family.
don't myself. Bless her, but I don't. Anyway. Well, it's definitely you, right?
No,
Oh
I
my
am an
God.
only child and the dogs rank higher.
Okay. No, but back to this question. Back to the question.
He doesn't know how to answer to that one.
Let's go back to the question. The original question was, which one of the temples is mine?
Yeah.
Well, it is really hard to tell. Certainly, it is really hard to tell because they are all amazing, and each and every one of them has its own beauty.
Yeah.
Right? Well, you go everywhere; it's not repeated, even if it looks the same,
Yes.
structure-wise. But every one of these temples has its own beauty and its own magic.
And you do so well selling it to me the night before, because every day I'm like, I need a break.
I'm not gonna join this tour.
not gonna join it, and then I go to the afternoon session,
Okay.
and they're like, "This is the best temple for this." And we're gonna see 2 gods in this one, and this is the prettiest one. All the colors, and I get sold every day.
Oh my God! So thank God. So I got you every day joining. That's great. Great to know. Yes, but all of them are amazing. But let's put in them like 2 or 3 in order. Let's say.
Okay.
Well, my favorite ever is, or are actually the 2 rock-cut temples of Abu Simbel. They
Okay.
are magnificent temples.
They are.
They are magnificent. I think you agree with me.
It's so
They come up-
interesting just to see also how you guys moved them.
It's a masterpiece of engineering.
Yes.
Yeah? So rock-cut temples, 48 meters deep into the mountain. That was achieved 3,500 years ago.
And for our American, that's about 150 feet, give or take. 140
I'm not familiar
something.
with the feet anyway.
Rounding
But
up.
yeah, but this is 3,500 years ago.
I couldn't imagine doing it now, let alone then.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
But
with the
now-
precision.
Yeah, and with the very simple tools they were using.
Yes.
That's something else. They've managed to cut it into the mountain, and 2 of them, not only 1. So rock-cut temples.
And I will say that I love Uniworld, how we
Okay.
focus on, we were there early, we also took a flight, and that flight is 100% worth it, because if not, it's a 4-hour bus ride, and I would
Each
not
way.
do that.
Each way. Yep.
I wouldn't do it. It was a 25-minute flight. We were up, we were down,
Yep.
we got to see it before it got too hot, before anything, and it
Exactly.
was beautiful.
And we were back for lunch.
And we were, the important things, we were back for lunch.
Back for lunch, midday. We were
I
back for
didn't know
lunch.
I was signing up for 2 activities that day, though. I will be honest. The
Yeah.
dune surfing I didn't realize it was on the same day.
Yeah.
Don't know if I would have signed up for it if I knew that, but it was an experience nonetheless.
Which is also an amazing experience. I knew that you had lots of fun over
I was
there.
saying, you couldn't hear me at all.
No, at all, no, guys. Nobody could hear what happened there, and what happened there stays
Yeah.
there, right?
And the internet.
On the internet, everybody would know. No, yes, Abu Simbel temples are amazing,
Yeah.
magnificent temples. I usually describe them. I think I said that already, like the 8th wonder of the ancient world.
Yes.
This is how they should be described. They're amazing, moving and relocating these temples.
I can't believe they're not a wonder of the world.
Yeah, from down there all the way up, then backward, and creating an artificial mountain. It's a whole of like masterpiece of
Yes.
engineering. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a place not to be missed, and I'm glad that everybody did book that tour.
Yeah.
Because it will be a great miss if you haven't been to, right? You
Yeah.
agree with me?
Oh, 100%.
So that comes like number 1 in the list.
Okay.
The number 2 is like Karnak temples. That
yeah.
largest complex.
It was it was the first day. It was literally our first wow.
And that's the first
On the
one.
river.
It was like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, here we are, the largest religious complex in Egypt.
Yes.
And the 2nd largest religious complex on earth.
Correct.
Well, 100 acres of land. Quite vast.
It was insane.
It was insane. I agree with you. That's one of my favorite temples.
I'll tell you my 2 favorite. I loved
Please,
yours.
please.
My first favorite was the Dandara
Oh.
temple. I do love color.
Which I was going to say it's the third in my list anyway, but fine, go ahead.
I loved how it was completely intact. We were able to go onto the second floor.
Yep.
I loved all the little temple rooms and how they all had different colors and themes to them, like the side rooms.
Exactly.
It was so beautiful.
I remember every single inch on the wall was inscribed.
Every single
inch.
top to bottom, up.
And they're quite massive, high walls like that.
I couldn't imagine. Also, think about the person who's up 50 feet up in the air
Yeah.
doing that and be like, no one's going to pay attention to this. And yet they still did it perfect.
And after like 2,000 years,
Yes.
precisely, after 2,000 years, here we are wandering around the temple and looking at it and taking pictures of it and enjoying it.
I hope the ancient Egyptians appreciate how much we appreciate
I was going
it.
to say, I hope he felt his feeling what we are saying right now about his work, like, because that was his work, one of them.
It was. As I say, my second favorite, not that I loved all of the ones you mentioned, the exclusive evening at Luxor Temple.
Oh my God.
Is that your number 4?
You tell me. Yeah.
Okay, so Uniworld has an experience where you can go after hours, so it's only Uniworld. It was like 100 people in the beautiful Luxor Temple, which is interesting because the Karnak Temple and the Luxor Temple are connected by 1,177 Sphinx. It is almost 2 miles. It's like 1.75 miles, a
Exactly.
walkway, and you just can walk the full thing. They're going to be doing that later, so hopefully you can come and see it.
Yeah.
But having that lit up at night, the sphinxes going like rawr, and then the temples, and then seeing at night and not having the crowds there, the difference between the ancient Egyptian kings and how they did their temple work versus when Alexander the Great and that sort of temple
Roman
work.
there, yeah.
And the Roman, and literally 2 feet away from each other, you can see the complete stark contrast from who loved their work versus who did their work. And I think that's one way of saying it.
That's the best way of saying it.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you for putting it this way, because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You love what you do, or you just do what you do. Love the job or do the job. It's a huge difference between doing them.
And I think people don't realize so I think of it with the Valley of the Kings and how we think of a lot of the, when we think of the temples, how a lot of them were done by like slaves or that sort of feel. But when it comes to the Valley of the Kings, they were skilled workers because
Definitely.
the pharaohs didn't want to have their afterlife, not their tombs, right? Their house of eternity.
Thank you for remembering that. I'm very proud of you, Sydney.
Thank you. Their house of eternity, basically affected by poor workmanship. So they were actually super skilled workers.
Exactly, and they made sure that they were well paid, as I said,
Yeah.
and well looked after. Because that's something very important, guys, you need to know about nothing called slavery in ancient Egypt. There was
Really?
nothing.
I did not know that.
There is nothing called slavery in ancient Egypt. All the workers, the work we've been looking at,
Yeah.
been done by professional, local labor, being very well looked after.
I'm sure you said that, but I'm just now absorbing it.
No, that's good. That's a good thing. Now, towards the end of the cruise, you started absorbing it. Thank you. Okay, being very well looked after,
Yeah.
as well as their families. And we had a record for the very first demonstration ever. Yes, ancient Egyptian workers.
they started
and
the
those days,
strikes.
they went on a strike.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, well, they
Power to the people.
Yeah, they were asking for wine and other things for more supplies.
Again, the important things.
Yeah, and the king had to supply them before
Yeah.
they went back working. Okay, so that proves that they were being very well paid. And as you just mentioned, well, an ancient Egyptian king wouldn't get a slave to build his house of eternity. Because just let the guys know that for the ancient Egyptians, there was nothing called death, right? Those tombs, we are just calling them tombs. But ancient Egyptians, as you just said now, they were calling them houses of eternity. So imagine an ancient Egyptian king is building his house of eternity. There is no way to get a slave to do that.
Yeah.
He needs to get a proper worker, a skillful one, a very professional worker, just to get the best house for the afterlife,
Yeah.
right? And some of the pharaohs used to walk around them while they were working. Yeah, cheering them up and giving them extra little things and making sure that they are happy and enjoying it. Now, the other thing is, at a number of places, we did find the places where these workers were living. And looking at the houses where they were living, yes, we could tell that they were leading a very good standard of living.
Okay.
Yeah, so nothing called slaves, guys. You need to just delete that word out of your mind.
I think it's just the movie.
Hey, just a movie.
I know.
It's more of like
Moses.
movie things.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
But it's not really.
It's just like
at
we
all.
really don't like Cleopatra here.
It's like aliens thing. Yeah. It's very much similar to the aliens sort of situation. So yes, workers were amazing, and yes, we are enjoying their work after thousands of years.
Yeah.
That's what we do here. So it is good to walk around these places and see that, and understanding that, which
Yeah.
is good. I know that watching a number of documentaries about Egypt, that can be okay, but seeing them live, I believe you agree with me that it's absolutely different. When
It
you see
is.
them live, it's absolutely different. It's another sort of enjoyment when you come and see them and walk around them and be in there in one of these temples.
You can like just be like right here.
That's the thing. You
Yeah.
can like
No
as
touchy,
close
but
as
like-
that, you know, as close as that. You know, just an unbelievable
Yes.
experience to be there.
Yeah, you can definitely just feel feel it, and it is just so wonderful to kind of see it all.
And I believe in some places you can possibly feel the energy of them still around.
I think with Dandara,
Yeah.
Dandara, I did.
Yeah, you still
Yeah.
feel the energy of these guys still around the place.
It was the god of beauty, so
Yeah. Here we go. I noticed that already.
thank you.
And I'm glad that you enjoyed that, which is, well, back to what we were saying.
Sorry, easy distraction.
Yeah, there's number one is Abu Simbel, number two
Yeah.
is Karnak. Now, number three is Dandara,
Okay.
the most intact temple.
Yes.
Well, we are visiting a temple with all the sections around. Since it was built thousands of years ago, with all the walls still standing. And you can walk through it the same way ancient Egyptians used to do. And I think I've taken you through the temple that way.
You did.
Right? We were walking through it as if we are like ancient Egyptian priests and priestesses were walking around the temple and enjoying it. And it was an experience, I think.
It was. I felt it there.
Yeah, that's quite important
Yeah.
to feel it, because that's something I do like about the places we go to. It's not only taking a picture of a great temple and leave, but feeling the place is
I was gonna
makes
say,
different.
and you mentioned it, and I think it's so true though, is that Uniworld's the only one that sails up there,
Oh yeah,
and everyone else has to take a bus from Luxor.
that's another thing.
And so
in
that's
the world it does.
2-hour drive or a
Almost 2 hours drive. Yeah,
yeah, or
Each
10
way
to
again.
15 minutes, bus ride from the
docking area
from the
to the
docking.
temple. It's amazing.
And it's very nice.
And it adds to the sailing and cruising experience. 6 more hours cruising
Yeah.
each way, which adds to the enjoyment of cruising the Nile. Because I think you agree with me that cruising the Nile is something on its own, right?
I loved cruising the Nile.
Well, I mean,
It was lovely.
it's like on top. It's like on top of every other temple we're going to. But getting on the ship and cruising the Nile, that's another experience.
And I think doing it for 7 days is great because there are some that are shorter.
That's
And
true.
I feel like you don't get all of the experiences.
It's going to be like a little bit rushed. if you
We're
do it
already
less.
rushed.
Come on. We're not.
Are we not?
We're not. We're just doing it like nicely, and we go to places, we visit them, then we come back, we have meals, then afternoon teas, and we go here. Come on.
I am exhausted.
Oh, it's just you.
Yeah.
It's just you exhausted.
All right, good.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm the only
But no,
one.
no, shorter than 7 nights, yeah, it's going to be a little bit rushed.
Yeah.
But 7 nights is the ideal time to spend on the night.
I think we should end with talking about the gem because it is a gem.
It is a gem.
Literally gem and gem.
Yeah, and actually I like that they have picked that name for it, the Grand Egyptian Museum.
Yeah.
And it is a grand.
It's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. I fully agree with that. The pieces there are amazing, right?
Yeah.
The way they are displayed is
I love the
mind-blowing.
layout.
Yeah, the layout is mind-blowing, right?
So great.
And taking you through it, I think we understood the philosophy of the ancient Egyptians. So even that bit is being taken care of. I mean, it's not like randomly displaying items here and there. Well, artifacts and statues can be like in very nice showcases. No, it's the order of displaying them.
Yes.
And that's the importance of having an Egyptologist to take you through a museum.
So true.
Right? Because if you just come to a museum, as I just said now, you walk around and you see beautiful statues, take pictures of, oh, they are ancient, they are old, they are quite good. Now, jewelry pieces, okay, let's go. Now, taking you through that, or any Egyptologist will do that, will be clarifying what you're looking at, what you are looking at.
Yeah.
B, you will understand the philosophy behind, which I think we got it when we
We did.
when we were visiting that gem.
So First of all, I love how it's organized because you have it by years and then by importance. So there's like the society, there's the kings, and then there's the gods.
Exactly.
And you have like the time frames, and you just kind of like merge into each other.
Exactly.
And so you can see the evolution of everything.
That's what they meant to show us. The evolution of everything.
It's
in
so
all
nice.
aspects. In all aspects, like it.
And it makes it so you don't get as confused. Because sometimes you look at museums and like, if you're at an art museum, you'll have something from the 1700s, and next to it, it's early 2000s. And you're like, well, how do these go together?
Yeah. And the other good thing about this museum was, or is that it takes you through the civilization.
Yeah.
As I said when we were there, that if you just visit that museum, that will give you a good amount of understanding about ancient Egypt. If it's just that museum you visited and you left the country, so you would have a very good amount of understanding about that civilization, which was needed in a country like Egypt. So you do a tour over there, then you go through the civilization itself. Now, the pharaoh and his role in the society, then the gods and where they fit, and the relationship between the pharaoh and the god, and the afterlife concept, then preparing the journey to the afterlife, then eternity, then all the pieces together, then beautifully displayed, right?
Yes.
Beautifully displayed. And it's the most up-to-date, let's say, museum.
And all originals.
Thank you for that, because
you're welcome.
This is a question I know. I answered the very first day, I think.
At least 3 times.
Okay. I like to emphasize on things, no problems. You know me now. Yes, all of them. Now, more than thousands of pieces are displayed on there, not a single replica and not a single copy.
And that's amazing.
It is amazing, and it is the largest museum for a single civilization. You remember that?
Yes.
All of the other museums around the world, they are like mixed civilizations, but this is the only museum on earth built for a single civilization.
And then you have the King Tut exhibit.
That's like icing on the cake.
It
right?
is. It
Icing
literally
on
is
the
icing on the cake.
5,000
So much
pieces
gold.
were found in a tomb. Yeah, so much gold, yeah.
I love sparkling
I wish I would
things.
have some. I noticed already, it said, you don't have to tell me. Yes, 5,000 pieces were found in a tomb, an intact tomb of a pharaoh.
An Egyptian teen found it.
He did, and he was gifted
That necklace.
an original necklace from the collection of King Tut, and he was so proud.
I
of
would
it.
peacock with that too.
Yeah, the family still have it, by the way. His
As they
family
should.
still have it, yeah. That's as we said, icing on the cake, the treasures of King Tut, the very famous mask of him.
Yes.
Every single one around the world knows about it.
Yeah.
So it's the iconic thing about Egypt. You think of Egypt, you think of few things: the mask of Tut, the pyramids, and temples, like.
Exactly.
So the mask is one of them, and it's beautifully displayed over there. So I fully agree, it's a gem.
Yeah.
And they have picked the right name for it, the Grand Egyptian Museum. So everybody should come to Egypt to see the Grand Egyptian Museum. Never list the other pieces.
I'm surprised we took the entire podcast and didn't mention Ramses at all, but I thought we might as well end with him since Ramses the second.
My God, Ramesses II, yeah?
Yeah.
The most famous guy
The
ever
most
named.
famous.
The very megalomaniac guy.
He literally put his name on everything.
That's correct. He's been around every single part of this country.
Yeah.
Every single temple we visited, it has to be something with his name over there. I like him.
He had a lot of wives.
He promoted himself very well.
You know what? It's one of those things where if you can't promote yourself, who's going to promote you, you know?
That's the thing. He got it earlier than we do nowadays. Right? Thousands of years ago, he got the concept, so he started doing it. He started to act accordingly.
Yeah.
And he's done well, I should say.
He's done really well for himself.
Right? Yes, we've been around this country, from one border to the other.
Yeah.
There has to be his name mentioned somewhere, right?
Because his statues, the huge one is you enter into the gem.
That's the very first statue to welcome you to the gem.
And I think it's very fitting for Egypt.
It does. It is very fitting. It is very fitting. And he's a very good image. Huh?
Yeah.
So Ramesses II.
Yeah.
Well, everywhere you go, you say Ramesses II. Oh, everybody knows him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the guy, yeah. Abu Simbel timbers are one of his one of his temples.
Crown, yeah. I would appreciate at least he did something for one of his wives.
Oh, Nefertari.
Yeah.
His favorite wife.
His favorite.
Yeah,
which you can't do anymore per Egyptian law. If you have more than one wife, you can't have favorites.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But he has a favorite
He
wife,
did have a favorite.
Nefertari. And again, let me say that. I think you know it already. Nefertari is different from Nefertiti.
Right.
Okay. But Nefertari was his wife, and he has built a temple for her.
Yeah.
That was quite nice of him, right?
I thought it was.
That was quite nice of him. He built a small temple for her next to his temple, and that's very romantic as well.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Sherif,
you.
for talking about this and really just focusing on how great your role is and
you.
how every single person I've talked to said that you have made our trip for us. And
Thank you.
having your skill set has made it so much easier for us to absorb and learn more about Egypt.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that everybody has enjoyed that.
We have.
I'm looking forward to meeting all of the others who haven't made it yet.
I can't wait. You know, we are a cult in bus number 2.
Oh, yeah. So I have to stick with bus number 2. The best ever. So thank you for being around, and thank you for your time. Thank you for this conversation.
Yay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to the River Cruising Masterclass with Sydney. If you have loved this episode, please share it with friends and family. If you want to connect with me or see photos and videos from this trip and others, my social media handle is Travel Advisor Sydney on Facebook and Instagram. The Poodle Booked It on YouTube. Message me. I love to talk to listener of my podcast.